Hi, year 8. Hope you had a good Christmas. I'm going to go through with you today what you need to do for lesson 1, okay? And as you can see, I've only got 5 minutes, and I'm sure you don't want to be hearing me talk at you for too long, so I need to get through this quite quickly, okay? But every so often, where you need to, you just pause the video, all right? You pause, you do the work, and then you come back to the video. Right, so what you're going to be doing is all about which Tudor monarch had the greatest impact on people's lives between these dates. So this is the date that Henry died, 1547, Henry VIII that is. And this is the date that Elizabeth I died. So this is the Tudor period. Now, some of you might have this on Google Classroom, in which case you can do it directly online. And if you don't want to do that, you might want to do it on a separate bit of paper, any activity, and then just take a photo and upload it. That's perfectly fine. And some of you may even have this booklet in front of you as well. Okay, so whatever you're doing it on, doesn't matter as long as you're doing the work. Okay, so for the first activity, if my slide will change, you can see this gives you a little bit of background about what the work is actually about. Okay, and a lot of the changes that the Tudor kings and queens made, the monarchs, was about religion. All right, and eventually you're going to decide which king or queen made the biggest changes. So for your first activity, just think about what you do on a Sunday. Just list your activities. Could just be playing a PS4 or watching some Netflix, or I know some of you might play some sport. You might just see your friends. And then in the challenge, try to think about how your life would be different if it's 500 years ago, okay? So pause the video now and then come back to the video once you've done that. Okay, so hopefully you've done that activity, and there's no right or wrong there, okay, so I can't give you any feedback on that. That's just to get you thinking. I suppose the only thing to think about here is that if you were alive 500 years ago, you'd be going to church, all right? That would be the most important thing to you, so make sure you got that in the challenge box. Okay, for the next activity, what you need to do is think about how we explain these things. Okay, so when I say we, people alive today, illness and disease, for example, you'd write down in this box here, we know that germs cause disease, yeah? Whereas the Tudor and Stuart people, what did they believe caused illness and disease? Okay, so I'm going to give you the answers in a bit, but pause the video here and give this a go yourself. Okay, so hopefully you've had time to do that. Now, what you should hopefully see here in the answers is that the most important thing is that in the Tudor and Stuart period, people believed that it was God's punishment. Okay, and in fact, sorry, you can ignore the Stuart there. Okay, the Stuart, that's just the surname of the kings and queens. Sorry, it's just kings, in fact, of the kings who came after the Tudors. All right, that was their surname. So the main thing is that they believe God is punishing them for all these things. So pause the video here if you need to and add any of these in. And then for the others, these are the other answers as well. Okay, so you can pause the video here and add these into your booklet. Okay, having done that, your next activity is simply to read through this information and answer these questions. Okay, 7 questions. All the answers are in this text. Okay, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. But if there are any problems, then of course you can even Google some of these answers. All right. So I think that is pretty much where you can stop now for lesson 1. And yeah, I've just about finished the video with 50 seconds to spare, which is great. Okay, so for lesson 1, if you can do that, that'll be brilliant. All right, thank you, year 8. Have a good time at home, and hopefully see you in school soon. Okay, bye.